Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Never7, The End of Infinity. And last time, we went on a little bit of a Kurumi hunt, and we found her at the temple of the Shikinomori, something like that. Something like that. I think it is something of that sort. The creepy place where Izumi didn't want her to go, or anybody else to go. Apparently, there's been some disappearances there. So that's where they found her. Makoto and Yuka did. And we're leaving right now. And nothing really creepy happened. Well, there was that deal with the bell, but from the way I read it, it seemed like it was just the wind blowing and making it bump into something. It wasn't the same exact bell that Yuka had. So, or has, I believe, according to the little girl from the last episode as well. So, let's see if they actually get away from this place and not be all creepified out. Before we step on the first step, Yuka quickly looks around. Why she gotta do that? We were getting away scot-free. Also follow her gaze, finding the point that she's looking at. It's the shrine, its image vaguely materializing in the darkness. Oh, hey sign, what's up? A wooden rectangular sign is hanging under the eaves. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming they're going to tell me. I remembered right. Yes, my memory works once in my lifetime. I bet it won't work tomorrow. So, for the same exact thing. That's what's written on it. That makes sense. That's what it's called. So Yuka's feeling was actually wrong this time. Or was it? If he had went ahead, well, I don't know. I don't know why it would have been different if he had went first and then her. I don't know. Being under streetlights has made Kurumi and Yuka a lot calmer than they were earlier. That makes sense. However, those two aren't exactly their usual cheery selves either. Many different types of fatigue are clearly visible in their expressions.
だけど、くるみちゃん、どうしてあんなところに？
Yuka gently asks her.
なんか、ルナビーチに帰っても、じっとしてられなくって。
You know, Kurumi strikes me as the type of person who can't sit still.
最初は桜並木で、夜桜でも見ようかな、なんて思っただけだったんだけど、行く途中で、神社のこと、急に思い出して。そっか。ねえ、だけど、このことは、絶対内緒にしといてね。
A secret?
お姉ちゃんにだけは、絶対に言わないでほしいの。
Yuka and I glance at each other. We seem to reach an agreement.
わかった。
Got it. As we answer the same way. Kurumi goes in between Yuka and I and grabs her hands.
あの神社、すごく懐かしい匂いがしたの。ちっちゃい頃、お姉ちゃんにもらったお下がりの洋服の匂い。
Smell the traditional clothes that she got as hand-me-downs from Izumi.
だからあんな風に思っちゃったのかもね。前に来たことがあるなんて。
You know, this is something that is done a lot. Maybe it's because I have such horrible sinuses. But people always mention about remembering scents and stuff like that. That seems very strange to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I do have really bad sinuses and can't really smell very well. Although, I mean, I can smell some things fairly well. As one of my boss men before has took advantage of. Let's just say I don't work with him anymore. But if he went into an enclosed space that he had been in, leave the door open. Mm. Although I have to say I've done the same, but man, how come fart jokes keep popping up in this? There wasn't a single one in Ever 17. Strange. But anyway, yeah, that's strange. I'm thinking. Maybe I just don't really notice it. Maybe it's my bad memory that makes me not notice or remember smells. Maybe I smell stuff. I just don't remember that I smelled it a minute later. That's possible, I guess. Maybe it's like the one. Maybe scent somehow is like the mind wiping things to me or something. I don't know. I'm just saying that I can't. That if I had smelled something 15 years ago and then I smelled something now, I don't. That's not something I could place. Although it sounds like I'm brushing it off, I'm seized by a strange sense of discomfort. The dusty scent of the shrine and the scent of Izumi-san's traditional clothes. No matter how you think about it, they don't sound like they go together. However, I don't think Kurumi's lying. It's likely that there could have been a subtle fragrance in that shrine that only she recognized. Kurumi tries to keep close to Yuka and before I know it, she's smiling. When she hears that voice, Izumi-san quickly stands up.
Kurumi!
She sticks out her tongue playfully. She scolds Kurumi. With a huge wave of relief washing over her, Izumi-san loses her strength and sits down. When I look around the shop, I see the others. No, it's really late, so we need to head back. Izumi-san nods in disappointment as if to say, I understand. Because really what you need in the middle of the night is something with caffeine and stimulants, you know. Or, well, actually, caffeine is a stimulant, I guess you would say. So yes, what better way to relax? When I return to the lodge, I once again throw myself onto the bed in my room. And they probably need sleep because Yuka's probably got some crazy plans for the next day, since this was supposed to be one of them free days, I think she said. I'm beyond exhausted, having already surpassed my body's utmost limits. Fall asleep at the moment I close my eyes. April feels. Interesting scene title. I was thinking something and then I lost it. I was thinking something that... We're already on day 5. That's what I was going to say. 6 days, I think. This is moving along faster than I thought. Then again, the last day might be really eventful. Actually, I would expect that to be the case, though. It's not that I had a nightmare or heard a loud sound. Excuse me, I just somehow woke up for no reason. Take a look at my watch, which I had placed on my bedside. 2:50 a.m. Wow, that is early. Has it been an hour since I went to sleep? But I don't feel sleepy at all. My mind is surprisingly wide awake, so I try to do multiplication tables in my mind to help me go back to sleep. Is that what he does rather than count sheep? I try this countless times. It's no use, I'm too alert. I give up and get out of bed. I'm sure that there are several leftover beer cans from the day in the fridge. After returning can, my sleepiness will surely return. With that thought, I quietly opened the door to my room. Is that how Yuka always goes to sleep, I'm wondering? Probably so. Of course, there's no one in the living room. Let out a sigh in the quiet, empty room. I can hear Okahiko snoring from up in the loft.
Oi, mate!
He snores very abnormally, sounding like words. Okahiko suddenly shouts in a roaring voice. When I look up in surprise,
まずいエネルギーが足りないこがか
what was that noise? It sounded like... Seems he's just sleep talking. Man, what kind of dream is he having anyway? I don't want to know. I sigh and start to reach out for the handle up to the fridge. Just then, I hear a sound. Oh crap. Don't hold down enter key. I don't know what that said. I've been meaning to look at the manual and I haven't yet. Take my hand out the fridge and walk straight to the front door. I put on a pair of sandals, open the door, and go outside. There's a dark figure sitting in the corner of the terrace. Dark figure? Well, that's Yuka.
Makoto. Ohayo.
Good morning? At 2:30? What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
ああ、星をね。星を見てたんだ。
She probably not went to sleep. She's looking way too cheerful to have actually woke up in an hour's period of time. The stars? When I hear that, I look up. I can't speak. The whole sky is engulfed by a glimmering sea of stars. That's lame. This isn't something that can be described with such cliched lines. There are an infinite amount of shining stars all over the vast sky, packed densely together. It's a tempest of stardust. Feels like if I reached out, I could grab them, but in spite of that, their mysterious shine makes me realize just how far away they are and how they take an eternity to reach. Before I realize it, the miraculous sense in front of me has left me breathless.
Oi, こっちこっち。
When I turn to that voice, I see Yuka is now sitting in the middle of the short store case that leads to the ground. She lightly beckons me, accepting Yuka's invitation. I go down the stairs and sit down next to her. I look up at the starry sky again.
え？綺麗でしょ？
I'm so distracted by the tempest of stardust that Yuka's voice barely
こう
registers.
いう綺麗な景色とかを見ると心が洗われるってよく言うじゃない？
He's got a lot to say.
あれって本当だよね。心の中に溜まってたモヤモヤがスーッとどっかに吸い取られていくようなそんな感じがする。
Yes, instead of for people with depression, instead of, antidepressants, they should just go out and look at the sky. And if there's a lot of light pollution in their area, I guess they get more depressed.
そういえばあの桜を見た時もこんな感じだったな。
Cherry blossoms. Those words bring me back to reality. That's right, when we saw those cherry blossoms, I had to ask her about that. Oh, about the dude looking the same as him? Okay. Why did she know about the bell? Oh, never mind. I was going by the the scene title. Why does she have to take back the bell from the girl? And does she have that bell even now? I've been waiting for the chance for two of us to be all alone. Now's my best shot. Say, Yuka, Look at Yuka's face. Why's she crying? Okay. You're gonna say something stupid, Makoto. Cause we all know Makoto isn't the smartest of speakers. Yuka's eyes are brimming with tears. Why? Why? Indeed, I want to know. What? It's like my heart is being gripped tightly. I lose sight of my own words. Is he seeing his own words? I'm seeing his words, but no, they're stolen by Yuka's very anguished eyes. She was just talking about all the depression goes away. Makes you happy looking at the stars. So maybe these are tears of joy, possibly. It's nothing. I say that by fear. I wasn't saying that well enough, but sheer force of will. I say that by sheer force of will.
じゃあ私の方から質問。
I merely nod quietly while hiding my unrest.
誠、どうしてさっき追いかけてきたの？
Earlier?
くるみちゃんを探しに私が神社に行った時、
Oh, okay. I was wondering what she was talking about.
あんなに来ちゃダメって言ったのに。なんで？
That's, cause it was the obvious thing to do, right?
どうして？
What do you mean, why?
危ないと思った？
Danger is my middle name. Here's my driver's license to prove it. Yeah. It's not like I believed all of the Zumi-san's story, but either way, it still didn't change the fact that it felt like a place no one should approach. If I ever have kids, I am going to name my kid Dangerous with his middle name. Danger. Yes. What if anybody's ever done that? That would be hilarious, I think. And horrible. Horrible to the kid. The kid would hate his parents for doing it. But it would be mildly humorous, though. Say, my middle name is Danger. And then somebody, pick a fight with him and he'd probably get killed. Or unless he's like the boy named Sue, where it toughens him up. I wouldn't do that. But I would think about it and then decide not to. At that time, there was no way the man in me could just silently watch from the sidelines as you went in there by yourself, you know?
男の俺がか。
What's that tone?
うん。ただなんだか古臭いこと言うなってそう思ったから。
It may sound old-fashioned, but I really believe in that. Men ought to try their best to protect women. That's the way it's been for ages.
それじゃあ私のこと守ってくれようとしたんだ。
That's right.
バカだよそんなの。
It's not stupid. From now on, I will definitely protect you.
本気で言ってるの？
If this were a joke, it'd be a pretty crappy one, wouldn't it? I'm serious. I swear on the starry sky that I'm serious. You don't understand why I'm saying these things. Do, didn't you? How these brilliant stars bewitch me without me noticing? I feel a little embarrassed. Yuka laughs, despite her cheerful facade. Facade has a fancy C in it. The shine of these stars reflecting in her eyes suggests loneliness in them.
優しいね。
Kind.
そういうところがそっくりなんだよ。
Spitting image. Could that be your ex-boyfriend?
だから彼氏じゃないってば。片思いだったって言ったでしょ？
She forces a smile. It's like she's giving everything she's got to repress emotions that want to burst out of her.
でも本当はそうじゃなかったのかも。きっと片思いなんだってそうやってずっと思い込んでたけど、その男の子 私のことが好きだって。
Seems like an important thing there. And that means he really,
ううん。だけど片思いは片思い。この恋は永遠の片思いなの。
When she mutters this, Yuka slowly stands up. I immediately try to call out to her to give up on it. Is that turned back of hers trying to hide something from me? I don't know what people do when they turn away from other people, you know, unless they've just got something they need to do in the other direction. But I don't miss it. I don't miss seeing the single teardrop that falls from Yuka's eyes.
おやすみ、誠。
While walking to the terrace, she says this without turning around. Before long, I hear the sound of the door closing. I'll be back. Before long, I hear the sound of the door closing, let alone I try touching the wooden plank that Yuka sat on. The remnants of her tear feel cold on my finger. He's filling up the girl's tears, that's strange. An eternally unrequited love, huh? And that wears on. Stardust above my head quietly continues to turn with time. 11:41. Well, I would think he'd wake up a little bit later than usual. He woke up at freaking 2:30 in the morning. So 1:30? It was 2:30, right? 2:30. I'm pretty sure it was 2:30. It's not important. So I'm moving on. I go out to the living room and gaze at the ocean from the window. The unbelievably starry sky from last night has been replaced with a thick mass of clouds. The clouds are deep gray, but it doesn't seem like they're rain clouds.
おはよ
I turn around to see Yuka standing behind me. I remember that cold sensation on my fingertip. Good morning. I awkwardly greet her.
う。何よ誠、ちゃんと起きてる？
I'm awake.
起きてないよ、その目は。
Eyes?
鏡見てごらん。フルラウンド戦った後のボクサーみたいになってるから。
I touch my eyes to confirm her claim. They certainly do feel hot. I don't need a mirror to tell me that they're swollen. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep, or is it because I overslept?
ねえ、眠気覚ましに散歩でも行こうか。
Maybe he's got pink eye. No, that doesn't cause your eyes to swell. A walk? Well, the weather's kind of bad today, but it's better than lounging around here. Besides, I still haven't asked her that question I need her to answer. Suddenly spending a lot of time with Yuka. Kind of leaving Haruka out. Kind of confusing. I will get that information out of her today somehow. If I have to take her toe and like start twisting it, I will get that information out of it. Out of her. Not out of her toe, that'd be silly. Out of her herself. Well then, why don't we tell Haruka and Okahiko just in case?
何を？
About our walk. Remember what happened with Kurumi yesterday? We don't want to get them worried like that again.
ああ、なるほどね。だけどその必要はないと思うよ。
Why?
はるか今朝早く出かけちゃったから。また釣りに行くんだってさ。
And how about Okahiko?
奥彦くんはさっきのところに行ったみたい。
To Saki's place. Why?
多分ちょっとした罪悪感を覚えてるんだと思うよ。さきとはるかの関係に火をつけたのは元はといえば奥彦くんだからね。
I like the description of inflamed the relationship.
奥彦くんは奥彦くんなりに責任を感じてたみたいで、だからさきのことも自分でけじめをつけようと。は
Okahiko said that.
っきりとは言わなかったけど、まあそんなようなこと。
Sure it was. Huh, who would have thought? So Okahiko has a nice side too, huh? I wouldn't think it. I don't think it.
意外とお似合いなのかもよ、あの二人。だって二人とも本当は優しい心を持ってるのに恥ずかしくて表に出さないタイプじゃない？
Not really. I don't think it. I feel like I more or less understand what Yuka's saying. Saki might be nice. You know, when she's not wanting to punch people and smash things. Okuhiko, I seriously have doubts on that.
ってことだから早く支度して出かけよう。
We change our clothes and leave the lodge. The wind is eerily still. The trees aren't swaying, and nor are the birds chirping. It's as if time has frozen. The sun is covered by thick clouds, so the two of us don't even cast shadows.
ねえどこ行こっか。
While we're walking, you guys this. Where? I'll leave it to you.
じゃあルナビーチに行って朝ごはん食べる？
Yeah, wouldn't it be lunch if it's... You woke up at 11:40 something?
でも朝ごはんっていうよりお昼ごはんか。もうこんな時間だもんね。
In contrast to the In contrast to the depressing weather, you guys are as cheerful as always. Even though I have to talk to her about a very serious matter now, I feel reluctant to shatter the bright atmosphere she's created. It's an imperative that I ask her my question. I muster up my courage before addressing her. Say, Yuka.
何？
About the bell from yesterday. When I say that, Yuka's face suddenly goes down. It did.
あれね。まったくもう失礼しちゃうよね。あの女の子私のことおばちゃんなんて言っちゃってさ。
I know what you did. Yesterday, you met up with that girl after that incident. The bell, you have it even now, right?
そんなこと誠には関係ないでしょ？
Sure as hell is. Let me back up. And do an incredibly inappropriate joke, which it would have been awesome if he really said this. It sure as bell is. I abruptly shout this. Yes, he shouted that horrible joke to where not only Yuka, but any people in the surrounding area could groan at that one. Come on, won't you tell me? Even now, you have that bell, right?
誠、どうしてそんなに聞きたがるの？あの鈴のこと知ってるの？
I'd like to ask you the same. Why do you know about that bell? What reason did you have that meant you had to go as far as to trade that keychain you liked so much to get it back?
ごめん。どうしても教えられないの。それは。
I get it. And if I tell you the reason I know about the bell, will you tell me your reason?
それはわからないよ。
Both of us remain silent and keep walking through the woodland path. Before long, we arrive at the coastline. Now, if people spoke their dang minds and stuff like this, well, for one thing, it'd be over a lot sooner, which would be a bad thing, I suppose. You know, but seriously, it would solve a lot of trouble. And you see dramas, you know, like that all the time. It would just said something at the beginning. It would solve everything. Let's keep this secret. You know? But anyway. Curious what she's got to say about it. I've got the feeling she might have similar dreams. I've had a similar dream, I should say. Or maybe it's related to why they're really there, because she said towards the beginning of the thing that with her being the leader, she does know something that they don't. So it might have something to do with the whole reason of why they're there. I don't know. Maybe one of the professors, you know, instead of hiring out some, you know, having to hire people to test out his time travel research, you know, he got these college kids to do it for him without their knowledge, of course. But I don't know. we're gonna see if we can get some truth out of her next time, I suppose, or I don't know. Makoto may not even tell her anything. I don't know. We're gonna find out next time. So, to help you folks enjoy, and I shall see you in the next one. Farewell, there, folks.